Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Saw this real interesting interview, or segment I should say, on the recent episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, where he called out the leaders of the black community, right? The wealthy blacks. And he said, hey, how come you guys aren't up in arms and outraged by the senseless black on black crime that's happening across this country? Why aren't you guys speaking out about that? You know, it seems like, and Bill didn't say this part, but it just seems like, you know, our leaders are so quick to point out when a cop kills a black kid, right? Or a white citizen kills a black kid, or anything that's race related, right? But what about the killing and the harm? What about the killing and the harm that we're doing to one another, right? That you know, brothers killing brothers and sisters killing sisters, right? Who's talking about that? It's definitely not the left. And honestly, I don't hear it too much from the right either. But in particular, the left is the party that if you ain't black, like, well, I say that wrong. You're not black if you don't vote for them. But why aren't you guys interviewing black leaders and asking them, like Bill did, well, how come you guys aren't fixing the problems in your communities, right? Why aren't you talking to the youth? Like, some of these kids look up to you. They respect you. They would listen to you before they listen to Bill Maher or any other white liberal, right? And my opinion is that the reason why this isn't covered by the media is because there's no ratings behind that, right? The ratings are behind creating racial tension. Look, that white man said that about that black kid, or, you know, black man, let's pounce on him, right? Let's cover that for 6 months. But it's never about, you know, another life lost in the black community perpetrated by a black individual. It's never where the parents, it's never where the black leaders, it's never where's the black elite. You know, we have wealthy blacks. Where is their investment in these communities? It's nowhere to be found, right? So I'm gonna play you guys the clip because I've been talking for a while. I'm gonna play you the clip so you guys can hear what Bill had to say about this.
But why isn't anyone ever talking to like Chicago? Like, most of the shootings are young black men killing other young black men. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Much more than what the cops do. Why doesn't anybody talk about that? Well, I mean, why aren't there, 100 giant black celebrities who would have the respect of those people saying, what are you doing to yourselves? Why are you killing each other?
This is no way to live. This dishonors our community. Come on. We're better than this.
Right. I feel like it's never addressed.
What he's pretty much calling out is all the wealthy and successful members of the black community, right? Our supposed leaders, which unfortunately for us, a lot of these people are entertainers, athletes, and we don't really have that many scholars as our leaders, as our successful, wealthy leaders of the new school, right? You know, like the group, right? That's not who we really have to look up to. It's a lot of the entertainers and actors and athletes. And not to say that any of them are not qualified, but you do want a scholar, you know, someone from a high level of academia to be your leader, right? Because they can understand things from not just an emotional standpoint, but also they understand policies and politics, laws, right? They understand all that jargon that can go over a lot of people's heads, right? So the point is that this is something rare, right? You don't see this, right? You don't see white liberals choosing to take this route of calling out black leaders, right? Because, and Bill knows, he's going to get backlash from this, from the black community. He's going to get backlashes from fellow Democrats, right? He's gotten backlash before for calling out groups of people that his party is quote unquote aligned with. And Bill's right? It's never addressed. That's not the talking points for the left or the right, but in particularly the left, right? Because this is supposed to be the party of the people, of the black people, right? This is the party that we're supposed to just give our votes to. But I don't see this covered on MSNBC or CNN. Like, this is not the talking points. They're so quick to talk about anything that will create divide amongst the races. But they never call out, like I said, our black leaders to say, hey, you guys need to get a hold on what's happening in your communities, right? You guys need to invest your time, your effort, your wealth into the black communities. You guys got to give these kids some hope. You need to talk to these kids. You need to give these kids some training. The school systems is failing. Maybe you guys need to start building private schools, right? Invest in your people. But it just seems like we're only quick to invest in anything that's going to create division and hatred, but not love. And like I said, the news isn't going to cover this, right? Because there's no ratings behind that. There's no ratings behind encouraging black people to fix their own problems, right? There's only ratings in creating more divide and telling black people that right wing hates them and the right wing wants to put them down, and the cops need to be defunded because they're the ones killing you. And it's like, no, like Bill just said it. We know the statistics. The numbers are out. Blacks kill blacks at a far higher rate than cops. That's the real problem. That's the root of the problem. And that's something I feel like that Democrats refuse to discuss. It's never the root of the problem that they want to talk about. They just want to dance around it. They want to come in like they're their party, whether they're the savior. And you can't save black people. Only black people can save black people. Other races can help us, right? We can work together to help any group of people. But only white people can save white people. And only black people can save black people, right? Because that's who people relate to. That's who they look up to. That's who they respect. That's who they honor. People that look like them. That's who they want to hear from. So me and my wife was discussing this topic as well. And I was trying to explain to her that, I agree with Bill. It's on us to police ourselves. We can't always blame others and expect others to fix our situation. There's no reason for us to have senseless killings of our own people in our own communities. We make our own communities unsafe. And what that does is prevents anyone from wanting to build businesses, build jobs, and that's what's missing in the black community, right? A lot of people say, we lack funds, but the funds that we lack, it's not a lack of money. It's a lack of opportunity, right? We have to commute out of our neighborhoods and our communities for work because there's no jobs there. We have to commute out of our neighborhoods and our communities for good food, for entertainment. Now, that's a detriment to us, right? Because what happens is when we leave, we end up spending our money in other people's communities and other people's businesses. Therefore, the money is not circulating amongst the black community. Now, I'm not going to say that there hasn't been unfair acts done to destroy the fabric of the black community, but there's nothing stopping the wealthy black leaders from building in their own communities, right? Like, you can go and you can invest money and open up private schools, right? If you feel like the public education system is failing black kids, which it is, right? You can open up jobs. You can open up grocery stores. You can provide, fitness clubs, all kinds of programs, all kinds of opportunities to the people, to your people of your community. And in my opinion, if you just gave them that bit of hope, a lot of the senseless killing would end, right? Because they would have something to be proud of. it's interesting what a job and an opportunity can bring, right? It can change someone's complete, outlook on life. And that's what the black community is missing. And I'm happy that Bill brought this up. We need more people to bring this up. Black people need to be talking about this before we can demand that the police get defunded and all of this. We got to demand that the violence of black on black crime ends first, right? You can't ask for people to not be afraid of you and to treat you fairly when you are unfair to yourselves. And I love the black community. I love all people, right? But I'm a black man. I want to see the black community succeed all across this country, all across the world, right? But I know it starts with us. And again, this is something that, again, Bill's going to get attacked for it. Liberals need to talk about this more often. But it's spot on, right? We are better than this. We shouldn't be killing ourselves, our brothers, our sisters. We should be educating and we should be empowering, right? We should be supporting. It takes a village to raise a child. But right now we don't have that. We have, turmoil, anger, depression, anxiety, sadness, loneliness, right? Those are the things that we have in the black community. And there are some good, strong black communities out there. Don't get me wrong, but we're talking about the ones that aren't, right? We're talking about the ones that are truly struggling. And the example that Bill was talking about, like these neighborhoods in Chicago. We have to do better before we could demand that anyone else does. And again, salute to Bill Maher for bringing this up. Like I said, more liberals, white, black, I don't care, need to bring this up. This is the real issue, right? I feel like a lot of times the left doesn't talk about the root of the problem, right? They like to dance around it. A lot of times they want to make themselves seem like the savior. We have the answer. You can't save the black community. Only black people can. You can help us, but you can't save it. We got to save ourselves. And we got to do better. So tell me what you guys think. Leave your comments below. This is a real serious topic. Once again, this is Real Time with Bill Maher, and this is Bill pretty much calling out our black leaders and black the black wealth. Where are you guys at? These urban communities need you. And you guys have been hard to find for quite some time now. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to hear more, subscribe, click the notification bell. And as always, y'all, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take care of each other. That's all we got. Peace.